Good morning, all. It's Friday. I hope you survived that big storm last night here in Santa Fe. If you from here, assume you are. Anyway, it's good to have all that moisture, right? So welcome. It's a 1 hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. I'm Judith. The props you will need for the class would be a yoga mat. And you could substitute a yoga mat with a folded blanket, maybe a beach towel on a padded surface, not on wood or tile, because it would hurt your joints. Maybe a couple of yoga blocks. These are the styrofoam versions. If you don't have blocks, you could substitute with 2 water bottles, 2 canned goods of equal size and weight. Padding or rolled towel fixed with rubber bands is my little fake bolster. I have a squishy mat, but you could also, enlist small cushions from the bed or the sofa as a substitute if you don't have those items. Here's a yoga strap. If you don't have a real yoga strap, you could substitute it with a long, narrow scarf, a dog leash, a belt, a bathrobe tie, perhaps. And optional items would be hand weights. I have a set of 1-pounders here. You could use a set of 2-pounders, nothing heavier than 2 pounds, please. And then, of course, a chair. I have a metal folding chair here, no wheels on the chair, no arms on the chair. And it has a nice wide base with the legs so that when you start pushing your weight on the chair, it's not going to move. So it's a good idea maybe to put that chair on a yoga mat or the back legs where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor, so that once you sit in it or you start pushing on it, it's not going to move. And we don't want anybody to fall down and go boom. So also, if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body this morning, you know the drill. You could do something else, you could modify, or you could skip it. So use your best judgment, listen to what mind and body are saying. Sighing, moaning, groaning is perfectly fine. We're all muted. So if it feels right, go right ahead, let out some sound. So today we're going to start sitting, just for a little change. So finding your way onto the earth the best way you can. I'm folding the legs in easy pose, Sukhasana. The ankles line up one in front of the other. If Sukhasana isn't available, straight legs would work. You can straighten the legs out. If you had the blocks, you could slip the blocks underneath the knees so you have more support. So just figuring out what might work for you this morning. I'm sitting in easy pose and I'm going to prop my thighs with the blocks so that I'm not gripping here in my hip crease area. You're just allowing those muscles to just release, all right? So drawing the crown of the head up into the sky. You might want to pull flesh away from sits bones. And just imagine the crown of the head floating up into the universe, straight up. And then those 2 sits bones are rooting down into the center of the earth. So you have a nice connection between the yang, which is the sun, and yin, which is the earth. So placing the hands on the shins or the knees, let's start circling the rib cage. Have a little gentle warm up so we don't shock our bodies quickly. We need to just do a nice, smooth, gentle warm up. So the idea here is you're isolating the rib cage and you're circling as though that rib cage might be a hat box on a flat table surface. And you're just squeezing and churning those internal organs, pumping in fresh blood, chi, life force, oxygen, oof. And then when you find the opportunity, circling the other way, inhaling forward, exhaling, squeezing the navel to spine as you circle around the back. Still remembering to sit tall. And of course, adding in those LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then corkscrewing back to center. Let's add in some shoulder rolls here. Nice and gentle. You're creating an invisible circle in the air with your shoulders. And just noticing, does the right side feel the same as the left? It may or may not. But here again, no self-judgment. Let's circle the other way. Back up, forward, and down. Oh, there might be some pops and crunches, but just getting any gas or air out of that joint that might have been trapped in there. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to neutral. Let's go ahead and take the hands by the side of the body. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, pressing down by the side of the body. Finding your own rhythm, your own pace, big full breaths. Squeezing out all stale air and toxins. Inhale up. Exhale, press. This time it's going to be inhale up. Let's just climb that imaginary rope. Or your rope ladder. You could make that up. That would be a new prop. Oh, big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Both arms come back up. Inhale. Exhale, just twisting now to the right. So that front hand can grab a shin, maybe the thigh. That back hand is by that right hip. So you're looking over your right shoulder to the wall behind you. Big full breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This next time, slightly release. On the inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and twist to the right. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Arms sweep back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, twisting and turning to the left now. Front hand could rest on the thigh, maybe a shin. Back hand is here by that left hip. You're twisting and looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you on the left. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Inhale, slightly release. Exhale, squeeze and turn. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. And then sweeping arms back to center. Inhale up. Now this time, exhale forward. Arms are stretching forward. You're going to land somewhere in front of you on the mat, on the earth. And the fingers are spread wide and you're pressing those palms into the mat. So you couldn't even slip a piece of paper under those palms. You're just pressing them into the earth, stretching the tendons, spreading the fingers wide. So imagine crown of head now is still lined up with tailbone. So you're not sitting there collapsing with your head hanging towards the earth. We're trying to keep the back of the spine nice and straight. Crown of head still lines up with tailbone. And maybe here in the middle, it's a static press. Maybe little micro movements might feel delicious, exploratory. And let's tiptoe the hands over to the right. Oh. You're grounding through the left sits bones now. And maybe the static press is here on this side, but maybe little micro movements, little wiggles might feel interesting. You're engaging your abdominals, engaging the core. Couple more breaths on the side. Ooh. And let's tiptoe over to the left with the hands. Oh, and now you're grounding through that right sits bones. Again, static press perhaps. Maybe little wiggles. Inhaling all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs for 4, 3, 2, 1. And now going back to center. Hands can very slowly move back towards the torso, sitting upright. If you've got the legs crossed, reverse the position of the feet. Back foot in front foot in back. And again, I'm propping the thighs with the blocks. You could use a rolled towel or blanket. Any little prop at home would work. Inhale up. Exhale, going forward, over, like you're stretching your arms over a big pile of something or other. Again, you can pause in the middle. It could be a static press or maybe micro movements. Now this time let's tiptoe over to the left to start. Oh. Grounding through the right sits bones. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then back to center, tiptoeing over to the right, grounding through the left sits bones now. Maybe the static press, maybe little wiggles. Breathing into the back body, squeezing abdominals for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then coming back to center. See if you can tiptoe the fingers maybe an 1/18 of an inch farther forward, maybe, maybe not. Don't force it. Maybe the forearms want to land on the earth, but maybe not. Now imagine there's a strap wrapped around your hips pulling you to the wall behind. Imagine the crown of the head shooting white light out of the top of the head, so you're stretching the crown of the head to where the wall meets the ceiling. The sits bones are grounding into the earth. Maybe some people can take their forehead all the way to the mat. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe this lifetime, maybe some other lifetime, no worries. For 4, 3, 2, 1. This time you're going to keep everything the same shape. You're going to pull that mat towards you with your palms. They're still pressing into the mat. So you have an isometric pull in the front, and you're grounding through the hips in the back. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly coming out of it, nice and easy. Nothing rushing. Let's take those props away if you're using the props. Let's take the soles of the feet together now. The soles of the feet kiss each other. I like to tuck elbows into the soft part of the thighs and just do a little rocking here now. So we're busy opening up those hip creases, which get really tight from sitting, driving, computing, jogging, cycling. All of those activities, those sports activities, tone certain groups of muscles, but the flexibility needs to be working on as well. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then I'm going to reprop my thighs with the blocks or whatever you're using. And we're sitting nice and tall. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. We're going to keep the back flat, and you're just going to start tilting very incrementally forward until you come to a sticking point. This may not be a huge move. Do not force anything here. We're really stretching open those hip creases. Big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then tilting back upright, slowly back to neutral. Taking a few breaths here in the middle in neutral. And now we're going to start working on something, creating more flexibility in the spine. So this is a whip-like motion with your spine. All right. So it's going to be, let's lead with the chin. Exhale, going forward. Inhale, tuck the chin and rise up slowly. Exhale, going forward. Really get that spine flexible. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, forward. Inhale, tuck chin. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, forward. Inhale, check it up. Last one. Exhale, forward. Inhale, take it up. Let's pause here in neutral for just a few breaths. And now we're going to do the reverse. We're going to tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Break the waves with your head. Imagine we're baby dolphins. Inhale. Exhale as you break the waves. Inhale, tuck that chin. Exhale. Coming on up. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. And then slowly returning, sitting upright, slowly and mindfully closing those legs. Don't rush it. And then straighten the legs out. Let's take the legs a little bit wider than parallel. You might want to adjust the hip, the sits bones, pull the flesh away from the sits bones. The fingers can come right behind your hips. The fingers point to the wall behind. See if you can keep the shoulders dropped away. Both feet are flexed. Let's externally rotate the legs out, back to neutral. Internally rotate the legs in. Exhale and inhale. We're windshield wipering our little feet for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just shake them out. Taking the legs back into parallel now. You might want to utilize a strap for this next move if this is challenging. These forward folds. You might also want to roll a blanket or towel under the hips to help the pelvis move slightly more forward. So with this one, inhale up, exhale, stretch the arms along the side of the body and then just drag the arms along the legs as you sit back up. Inhale, exhale over those legs, drawing the hands along the side of the body slowly as you come back up to sit upright. Inhale, exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale. This time we stay over. You're going to grab something. Maybe the hands want to stay on the earth. Maybe you've got a strap around the balls of both feet. Now you're going to stay in this forward fold. You're not going to let the head dangle. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. Right hand grabs outside of left ankle. Left hand wraps around the back of the body. So we're in a forward fold. We're in a seated twist. And we're looking over the left shoulder to the wall behind for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwind slowly, slowly. Let's go ahead and just come on up to pause between sides. Maybe roll the shoulders a bit. Oh, maybe do a little twisting here and there. Loosen up that back body. Okay, let's go ahead, coming back to neutral. Feet are flexed. Inhale up. And then exhale over, and we're going to stay over. This time the left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Left hand grabs outside of right ankle. Your chest is pressing close to the tops of the thighs, and that right hand wraps around the back body either to sacrum or opposite hip crease. Now you're grounding through the sits bones. Imagine that white light shooting out of the top of the head towards your big toe, so you're not dangling the head. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwinding slowly. Oh, this hands could come to earth as you press the torso upright and shake the legs out. Nice and easy. Ooh, we're getting all kinds of things here in the mat. All right, let's go ahead and extend that right leg out to the side. And then we're going to bend the left knee. If you need to prop this bent left knee with a block, a rolled towel, a cushion, feel free. And then this right leg is out to the side about 45 degrees. The right foot will stay flexed throughout. We'll start by facing forward with the torso. Inhale up. Exhale, tilting over to the right. The top arm should come by the ear over the head, fingertips stretched to the side wall. The top ribs are spinning open to the sky. I'm modifying, this is my damaged side, so I'm modifying. And then that bottom hand, that right hand can rest wherever it feels appropriate, thigh, shin, ankle, foot. And you're stretching, your big stretch on that left side of the body for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay over on the 1. Top arms a single unit. You're circling it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Circling other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back to center. Oh, nice and easy. Shake out the shoulders. And then now we're going to keep that same shape with the legs. We're going to just turn 10 degrees to face the extended right leg. Right foot is still flexed. Inhale up. Exhale, going over that leg, and maybe the hands land on the mat, maybe somewhere on the leg itself or the foot. You're drawing the chest close to the top of the right thigh. Breathing. Don't let the head dangle. And then wrapping that right hand around the back body. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwinding it slowly, slowly. Coming back up to neutral. Let's switch sides with the legs. So we're extending the left leg now. Sole of the right foot presses on the inside of the left thigh. Here I am propping my right bent knee. This is different side. So we start with the torso facing forward, left foot stays flexed throughout. You're also gently pressing the back of the knee and the thigh into the mat, but the operative word is gently. So let's inhale up. Exhale, tilt over to the left. So that top arm is stretching by the ear, it's stretching by the head itself. The fingertips need to stretch to the side wall. And the bottom arm could rest on top of the leg, in front of the leg, or in a block in front of the leg. Top ribs here, those right ribs spinning open to the sky for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center, top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. Inhale, bend. Big stretch on that right side. Let's do 4, 3, 2, stay over on 1. And now that top arm is a single unit, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1, other way. 4, 3, 2, 1, very nice. And then coming back slowly to center, letting that arm resist gravity as it comes down to the earth. And now just turning 10 or 15 degrees to the left, now facing the extended left leg. Inhale up. Exhale, stretch it over that leg. This side might feel different, no judgment. And the hands could either rest on the mat or maybe on thigh or shin, ankle, or foot. This side might feel totally different than the other side. And you're just noticing that. No judgment. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in the same shape, drawing that left arm back behind you, either to the sacrum or opposite hip crease. Gazing over the left shoulder, big full breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And then slowly unwinding. Pressing that torso back upright. Let's extend both legs out to the side. Big wide V. You might want to sit on a folded towel or blanket to help tilt that pelvic bowl forward. If you want to add blocks here, that's an option. If you don't have them, don't worry. So it's going to be toes and knees point up to sky. Both legs are straight out to your optimum stretch here. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, going forward, forward, forward. And the hands will land wherever they like to land. If you've got your little block tower here, the forehead could rest on that block tower. Now try to drop the shoulders away from the ears. See if you can keep the back flat. You may need to adjust where that block tower rests. You figure that out. Big full breaths here, staying calm and relaxed as best you can for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly allowing the torso to float back upright. Blocks can go off to the side. Let's go ahead and draw the legs together and just shake them out. Let's just go start with one of the legs, doesn't matter which one, and just start patting that lower leg, the shin and the calf. Getting blood flow here to the surface of the skin. And then when you come to the knee, you're just going to draw very gently on the sides of the knee. So you're just creating a little bit of heat. Since the knees get very cranky, and it's a complicated bone structure there. You want to be really nice to your knees. All right, and then we go up to the thighs, 360 degrees. You're going to hit the thighs. Big patting. Little self-massage. And then when that feels complete, let's just keep this right leg slightly bent, almost straight, but not quite. And we're going to just start rubbing the back of that right knee with the hand in a circular fashion. Try not to slump, you're sitting tall. This is back, the back of the knee is where the lymph, one of the places that lymph likes to dump. So we're just assisting the lymph to move through the system. It doesn't have a pumping mechanism like blood, which is pumped by the heart. Let's circle the other way behind the back of the right knee. Nice and easy. And then bringing that to stillness, just go all the way back down to the ankle and just draw energy up that leg 2 or 3 times. You can either touch the leg or just keep the hands maybe a ½ inch away from the leg. Just bring that energy up into the body. Let's go to the other leg now and just start tapping the calf and the shin. Oh, it feels kind of good. And then when that feels complete, go on either side of that left knee. You're just sliding the hands up and down gently, warming the knee joint. When that feels good, and you're going to move up to the thigh and start tapping the thigh all the way around. Don't forget the back part of the thigh, the sides, the front, the top. And then when that feels complete, you're going to partially bend this left leg, not a lot. Then you're going to take one of your hands and start rubbing behind the back of the left knee in a circular fashion. You're sitting tall, you're not collapsing forward. Abdominals are engaged. Let's go the other direction, circling behind the back of the left knee. Big full breaths. Very nice. And then when that feels complete, just dragging the chi, the energy up the leg 2 or 3 times. Moving it, keeping those meridians open and flowing. And then coming back to the center. And let's just find our way so that the front foot is the right foot. The back left knee tucks into the right arch. So we're here sort of lifting over to the right. See if you can sit up tall. Left hand comes to left hip. Exhale, going forward. Inhale, drop it back. Exhale, going forward. Inhale, drop it back. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, dropping it back. Now the two hands are gonna frame this right bent knee. So same idea what we did earlier, you're gonna get that whip-like motion over this bent knee. So it's exhale, inhale, exhale, leading with the chin. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then what we're gonna do is come back upright. You're gonna start twisting to the right until you come to your sticking point, wherever that is. And we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna come all the way down, maybe resting your head on the mat, or stacked palms, or stacked fists, or maybe I'm using a low block, and just pausing here in this seated twist on the earth. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly rising up, no rushing. Coming back to neutral here in the center. Before we switch to the other side, grab this right knee. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, rock it forward. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay forward now. You're at the bottom hip is the left hip, the right hip, sorry. We're just going to extend this back leg, and you might want to be up on your forearm. You're going to flex that foot. We're going to pump the leg up and down for 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more if you can stand it. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then everything comes back down to earth. We're going to slowly switch over to the other side. Don't rush it. Take your props with you if you're using them. So the left foot is in the front. The back right knee nestles into the arch of the left foot. The hands frame this left bent knee in the front. And it's the same whip-like motion that we've been doing. So it's exhale forward. Inhale, tuck the chin as you rise up. Exhale forward. Inhale. Exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. Let's do 4 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and take that bent knee and start rocking it back and forth. We'll get it all in, don't worry. Back and forth. And then bringing that to stillness, let's go ahead and start walking the hands to the left as you circle back behind. This side might be a different experience. You're going to come to your sticking point eventually. And then you're going to descend back down to the mat. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat. Maybe stacked palms, stacked fists. I'm using a block. Big full breaths. In a seated twist on the earth for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming back up slowly. Coming back to neutral. Now coming to that left forearm, you might want to extend that back leg. Foot is flexed, little pumps up to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly everything comes down. Let's come back to center. Oh boy. And just shake everything out. Let's come ahead and go to face that narrow end of the mat. Feet will be parallel, hip distance apart. And the toes point forward. Hands can grab either backs of thighs, not the knee joint, or the shins. Inhale going forward. Exhale back and squeeze, navel to spine. Inhale, bringing it forward. Exhale back and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now let's roll it down, vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. Placing that spine down on the mat. Very lovingly. Draw the knees into the chest. And maybe little rock side to side might feel delicious here. Or you might want to circle here. Sighing, moaning, groaning might feel good here. And if you're circling, be sure you circle in both directions. Feels good. And then bringing the legs to stillness, the feet come down, mat width apart, knees are still bent. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. So now we're massaging the entire back body, including the back of the skull, if that feels appropriate. Little self-soothing rocking for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. The arms are in T position. Maybe the face and neck want to look to the right. The bent knees go to the left, the face and the neck go to the right. And if it bothers your neck to look to the right, don't do it. So 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just stay in this position. You're going to roll all the way onto the left hip. So the left hip is on the bottom. Move this chair. Go. All right. So you're stacking hips and thighs. The legs form a right angle. Maybe you want to put your head on a block. You can decide what works the best. Or maybe just a roll towel would work. So we're going to take that top right arm, the palms kiss each other. It's like you're clapping, okay? Except it's inhale. You're going to open it up. You're going to keep the hips stacked and you're going to open that arm as wide as you can. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Big inhale as you open, stretching it out, keeping the hips stacked. Exhale, squeeze and close. We'll just do 4 of these. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then just bringing that all to stillness. You're going to roll back onto your back body just as we were. You're going to align the crown of head with the tailbone. The feet are mat distance apart. Knees are bent. Arms are in T position. Start windshield wipering the knees side to side. Very nice. I should go the other direction so I'm not facing the wrong way. Side to side. Just windshield wipering side to side. And the next time the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Maybe the face and neck look to the left. Maybe they don't. And if this is the wrong way, we can always drop the knees to the left and look to the right. So whichever side you didn't do, I've lost track. Since I switched my position here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then just coming back to center and rolling over so that the bottom hip is the right hip. Maybe using a block. to rest your head on. So here again, we're stacking hips and legs. Imagine there's a glass wall right behind you, so when you start lifting the legs, it's not going to collapse backward. Big full breaths. Nice and easy. Let's draw that thigh into the chest. And let's extend it long, stretching. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we stretch it and do little pumps here. Flex that foot, the top foot, little pumps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Restack the legs. That bottom arm is perpendicular to your body now. The left palm is on the top. The palms are kissing. Inhale, open. Exhale, stretch it back without shifting the hips or the legs. Exhale and inhale. Lifting and stretching. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Reclose. And then coming back to center, you're going to roll back onto your spine. Aligning crown of head with tailbone, taking your time to get there. Let's go ahead and draw the knees into the chest, giving them a squeeze into the chest. Nice and easy. Maybe side to side, maybe circling. And then bringing that to stillness. Let's keep the left thigh into the chest. I'm not mirroring you, okay? And we're going to stretch the right leg long onto the mat. So I'm holding that left thigh into the chest. My right foot is flexed. And we're going to lift that right straight leg and hover and pump it. If you want to make it more difficult, you can also lift the head and the neck and the chest as you pump the leg. You can decide for 8, 7, 6. You could hold the back of the head with one hand. 5, 4, 3, squeeze abdominals. 2, 1, and then lower it down. Head comes down. The 2 feet meet and the knees bend. Just stretching out the back of the neck. And now drawing the right thigh into the chest. We're going to extend the left leg long. You're going to flex the left foot. Oh, this side might feel different. We're going to lift and hover and pump the leg. If you want to make it more difficult, you lift the head, the neck, the shoulders. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg comes down, head comes down, both knees rebend, feet are mat width apart, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Oh yeah. Grabbing one of your blocks, or maybe you could use a rolled towel or blanket. You're going to get the feet as close to the bum as possible. And you're going to press the 4 corners of each foot into the earth as you press the hips up. Inhale, exhale. And you're going to slide the block on the low setting onto that low back area, the sacrum. So that's down here where the buttocks begin, and then not up here by the kidneys. So make sure your low back is really supported. You're going to mindfully extend one leg up into the sky. You're going to mindfully extend the second leg up into the sky. Let's extend the arms. We're going to flex the ankles and the wrists, spreading the fingers wide, spreading the toes wide. Whee! And maybe adding in some circles to ankles and wrists. And you're going to circle in both directions. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's take the arms to T position. We're gonna drop both legs together, so imagine the legs are glued on that inner side of the leg. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze abdominals. Inhale, drop and hover. Exhale, lift and squeeze. Dropping and squeezing, or you can alternate legs if this is too much. Dropping and squeezing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're back up to perpendicular now. Let's go ahead and rebend one leg. Foot comes down to earth. Mindfully rebend second knee. Second foot comes down to earth. Now this is a supported baby back bend here. If you want to stay here, you can. To make it more exciting, mindfully and slowly stretch one leg out. Now be very careful with this. It can be intense, so I don't want anybody to get hurt. We're going to extend the second leg out. Supported baby back bend. This may be plenty. If you want more, one arm goes over the head on the earth. Palms face the midline. Second arm joins it. So you've got a huge stretch from the fingertips to the toes for 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes back down. Second arm comes back down. Slowly and mindfully, one foot comes in. Slowly and mindfully, the second foot comes in. Spread the feet wide, press into the earth as you lift the hips. Slide the block away. Roll the spine down on the mat like a string of pearls. If you want to take a strap, if you've got a strap. If not, you can just hold the backs of your thighs. This is going to be a big wide V with the legs. And we're just going to rock side to side. Oh, this should feel good. Big rocks from side to side, a little self-soothing here. For 8, big full breaths. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And then coming back to center, removing the strap. Let's go ahead and keep the feet floating. You're going to cross left thigh on top of right thigh. Left thigh on top of right thigh. Grabbing the shins with bicycle handlebars. And you're going to draw those thighs into the chest. Now this is a steady pressure. It's not a pulse or a pump. You're going to drop the tailbone towards the earth. And you're going to flex both feet. And you're going to externally rotate both feet. You should feel it immediately in the outside left hip. Staying calm and relaxed here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind the legs, shake them out between sides. And now cross right thigh on top of left thigh. Knees are bent, draw the shins in like bicycle handlebars. You're drawing the thighs into the chest with a steady pressure. You're dropping the tailbone down to the earth. The feet are flexed. The feet are now externally rotated. You should feel it in the outer right hip. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then unwind the legs, shake them out. Breathing. And then you're going to find your way. I'm going to demo this. I don't know if you all have walls, but I think I need to demo it so you can see that this is an option that you could do at home. So if you want to put legs up the wall, which I have mentioned frequently, you're gonna get the hip, one of the hips up close to where the baseboard or where the wall meets the ceiling. I mean, the wall meets the floor. And then once you're up nice and close to the wall, you just come back and swing those legs up to the wall. Now you may have to kind of crab walk to make yourself feel secure if you're too close or too far from the wall. Arms could be by the side for more support. Knees are bent, the feet press into the wall. Back of the neck is long. You're not going to look side to side. This is a version of bridge pose. So if you want to just do a regular bridge pose here, that's an option. But this is a particularly good one if you carry a lot of tension in your shoulders and upper back. And you know, who doesn't? So anyway, you're going to press your feet into the wall. Inhale. Exhale as you lift up, chin in the center of the chest. Roll it down, vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. This feels really good on that back. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, squeeze and lift. You're squeezing the quads, the pelvis, the abdominals, the glutes, the pelvic floor, and you roll it back down. Let's do 4 more just like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And then coming all the way back down. Realigning yourself onto your mat. And let's just stretch out onto the earth. Arms can go overhead just like we did, palms face the midline. Left hand stretches away from left foot, so you're really getting a huge stretch on the left side of the body. And then right hand stretches away from right foot, stretching on that right side of the body. And you're just moving from left to right, side to side. Big elongation, big stretch. Maybe making yourself an inch taller. Maybe not. For 4, 3, 2, 1. And then coming slowly back down to earth, arms and legs at 30 to 45 degrees. We have arrived in Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. So getting the body organized and aligned. You might want to roll a towel or a blanket underneath your knees to protect that low back. If flat on the back doesn't work, again, feet return to mat width apart, knees knocked together like a tent, restorative rest. Or you could roll on one side, like we were earlier, rest your head on the upper arm or on a block. Again, maybe legs up the wall if you have an available wall. You might want to cover yourself with a blanket or a cushion, just for stability and grounding. Or you can sit in the chair, feet flat, sitting tall in your chair. Hands can be placed on the thighs. And the palms can either face downward on the thighs for grounding, or palms up for receiving. So you can choose what feels appropriate. And once you've organized the arms and the legs, going ahead and allowing the eyes to drop closed. And noticing that relaxation, that hot tub relaxation forming in the soles of the feet. And that softness envelops the feet, and then the ankles, and then the low legs. That softness, that relaxation permeates the knee joints. And then it moves into the thighs, allowing the feet and the legs to become very, very heavy. The softness moves into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks. The low back releases. And then from the belly, that softness moves into the waist and the torso. enveloping the ribs, the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, spleen, pancreas, colon, intestines, basking and marinating in this delicious relaxation. The relaxation moves now up into the chest and the shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. And then it envelops the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below supporting you. The stars, moon, galaxies far above. Noticing the space you've created inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together now. The whole body together. The whole body together. And here's a little something from Pema Chodron, from Welcoming the Unwelcome. If your goal is inner transformation, then why not see everything that helps you grow, however unpleasant it seems at first, as your teacher? Why not see your enemies as spiritual friends? We have to work with where we are and allow a gradual transformation to happen. But to whatever degree we can implement this attitude, we will have that much strength in dealing with situations that might normally cause us deep distress. We will feel that much more ease in the world. Never underestimate the power of mind. How you work with things really can transform what seems to be. If you'd like to remain in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to stay right there. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.